Ethan and Joe aren't available this week, so I thought to treat you patrons for being the top sloppers, I would bring you Joe's special news roundup. Hit the jingle. There isn't a jingle. Of course there's not a jingle because Joe makes the jingles and he's not here, so there's no jingle. Actually, hit the jingle. We've got loads coming up today. Killer Croc, caught, cooked and consumed. That's coming up. We've also got woman reads her asparagus to tell us how England will do in the Euros. An Ed Sheeran lookalike gets married to an Ed Sheeran superfan. A six-legged dog is doing pretty well after being left outside B&M Bargains. And a mysterious monolith has turned up in Las Vegas. But before all that, if you want the best haircut in Preston, head to Nathan's Barbers. Now, this is a real thing. This isn't a story, this isn't in the news anywhere. I just came across this week and I absolutely love it. There's a barber in Preston's doing all-you-can-eat haircuts. Can't eat a haircut. Unlimited haircuts for $19.99 a month. Unlimited haircuts. You think your hair's not short enough? Get it done again. You think it's still get it done again. Now you've got a taste for haircuts. You're getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 haircuts a day at some point. You're basically addicted to haircuts, but that's fine because Nathan's, who's been making people feel good since 2003, his words, not mine, will give you unlimited haircuts for $19.99 a month. I've never heard of anything like this before. I know everything's becoming sort of subscriptionized, isn't it? But I didn't think you could do unlimited haircuts. There is a limit. There's only so much hair on the human head. You can't have unlimited haircuts, Nathan. Because if you're taking even a fraction of a millimetre off each time and calling that a haircut, which to me is BS, if you're doing that, eventually you run out of hair. So it should be called finite, but as many as... No, it should be all you can clip. You know what I mean? Because once you run out... Or it could be something like barber to the bone. So basically, until your head is absolutely red raw and with not a single hair on it, he will keep cutting your hair. How many haircuts do you need? Admittedly, I'm sort of out of the haircut game. I'll give you that. But I used to have short hair until I was about 24. And I would have a haircut maybe every 3 or 4 weeks. So that's not... But if it's like, do you know the Pret a Manger subscription? Where all of a sudden you can have 5 coffees a day. That's more coffees than a human can have without dying. So they know that, and they let you have 5 coffees a day, but they know you can only have 2. But because you've got the subscription, you try and push it. If I got this haircut subscription, it's in Preston as well, so theoretically I could get there. I'd be having... There'd be some nights where I'd probably just go on a Friday night and just have half a dozen haircuts. Back to back, cut it again. Well, I can't, I've got to cut it again. It says unlimited haircuts, doesn't it, Nathan? Or are you a liar and I'm a dickhead? Or are you going to cut my burning, bleeding stump of a head one more time? That's in Preston, Barbershop Preston, 1 Pitman Way, Preston, PR2 9ZD. Mysterious monolith turns up outside Las Vegas. How it got there is still a mystery. Put a picture in there. Bang! This is a mysterious monolith. Now, anyone who's ever seen 2001: A Space Odyssey will recognise the monolith game. Monoliths have been used for a very long time to denote, what? Aliens, yeah? Extraterrestrials, yeah? But really, those things don't exist, or certainly if they do, they've never made contact with Earth. So this whole thing of, you know, a strange monolith found jutting out of the rocks in a remote mountain range near Las Vegas. It's not that remote, is it, if it's near Las Vegas, first of all? Is it? It's so remote. Where is it? Right next to Vegas. Not remote then. Okay, cool. That's good. It remains unknown how the item got to its location or who might be responsible, police said Friday in a series of posts on X announcing the removal of the glimmering 6x4 foot prism. Why have you removed it then? That could have been Hansel and Gretel style, someone trying to get back to Vegas. I'm going to go for a walk in the desert. I'll leave my big fucking monolith there so I know when I see that I'm near Vegas. Someone's just taken that away. Gone. You've basically just killed someone by doing that. Other thing is, it's meant to be this kind of, oh my God, a mysterious monolith has turned up. Remember, they happened during COVID, didn't they? 2020, they were popping up everywhere. But then you just think, it's cool if it's an alien. If something mad has happened and there's a monolith there, that's cool. But really, it's just probably 2 blokes who have smoked too much weed with it on their shot. Keep walking. They've obviously gone to Vegas and driven out from there and then just popped it up. If it was like in the middle of the sea or floating above the earth, then maybe we could get excited. It's just a big breeze block with a mirror on it that someone stuck out near Vegas. It probably if you press it in the right place, it's a slot machine, isn't it? I bet you there's a button you can press on that and it'll go, and it'll turn on and you can get money out of it. Embarrassing. If you spent months of your life in a garage somewhere making a monolith, that if you're honest, it's chicken wire with a bit of concrete and a mirror on it, you're a joke, mate. Absolute joke. Six-legged dog abandoned outside B&M settles into new life in Pembrokeshire. Bit of a no reason to bring B&M into this, because they didn't do anything wrong, and it's making me think negatively of one of my favourite shops. Ariel has been paddleboarding since moving to her new home. Okay, this is interesting. What's going on here? A six-legged dog who was abandoned outside a shop is settling into her new home. Ariel, named after Disney's Little Mermaid, was left outside a B&M store in Pembrokeshire last summer. She was only 11 weeks old at the time and was taken in by local centre Greenacre Rescues in Haverfordwest. Never knew that was one word until now. Haverfordwest is one word. Lazy. Clearly two words in there, maybe even three. Have a word. West, more like. As well as 6 legs, the Cocker Spaniel was also born with 2 vulvas and only 1 kidney. Right, didn't expect vaginas to come into this. I didn't think I'd read that because I've only just read the headlines. I haven't delved. 2 vulvas and 1 kidney. So, interesting there. 2 more legs than necessary, 1 more vulva than necessary, and 1 less kidney than necessary. Interesting. Ariel's new owner, Ollie Bird, runs an adaptive surf school in West Wales. The 40-year-old, who lives in Freshwater West, 2 words, because sometimes you can have 2 words, even though Haverfordwest is 1 word, told Sky News that he and his family were probably the only people in Wales who'd not heard about Ariel's story when they adopted her. That sounds to me like a stalker. Do you know when someone famous is in a bar and someone who's like a mega fan goes up to him and pretends to not know who they are so that they'll fancy him? Because, you must be, why are all these people asking for your signature? I've never even heard of you. And then you go back to theirs and there's a shrine and a knife and it all gets a bit weird. I've never even heard of this dog with 2 fannies. I mean, loads of legs and that. Not sexy legs, just lots of legs, I meant to say. Never heard of that. Can I have it? Absolute freak. Also, naming it after a mermaid, which famously don't even have any legs. I think that's irony to the point of cruelty. Personally. Up next, Ed Sheeran superfan gets married to Ed Sheeran doppelganger. This is the sort of story we're here for. Look at the picture. That way. He absolutely stinks of Ed Sheeran. He looks so much like him. An Ed Sheeran superfan has tied the knot with his spitting image, making the perfect duet alongside a host of celebrity lookalikes. Now that I'm interested in. Mr. and Mrs. Sheeran alike, I do hope that's their real surname, and Amanda Barron-Jones, Ty Jones, 29, and Amanda Barron-Jones, 40, age gap, walked down the aisle before sharing the best day of their lives. Guests at the Celebrity Lookalike Wedding of the Year were also given a surprise when it turns out Ty wasn't the only doppelganger in the room. David Beckham, Prince Harry, Jack Sparrow, Gordon Ramsay, and Keith Lemon were all included on the list for the Sheerans to be. Keith Lemon is a tough one, isn't it? Because Beckham, he's been famous for 30 years. Everyone knows who David Beckham is. Prince Harry, royal. You know what I mean? All you have to do is go a little bit bald and you're fine. Jack Sparrow, classic, written into the canon of Hollywood cinema. And Gordon Ramsay, the most famous chef in the world. Keith Lemon's lookalike absolutely had the worst night of his life when Celebrity Juice got cancelled, didn't he? Can you imagine being around that table when that news came in? That's like he basically got sacked. Because I ain't seen Keith Lemon in a couple of years now. Does it worry you that people will say she's only with him because he looks like Ed Sheeran? Is that a problem we need to worry about? Is she only with him for his Sheeran-esque looks? I would say to that, and I say the same thing when people say she's only with him for his money, or he's only with her for, her money, is that there are many reasons why people are attracted to other people. And it annoys me when someone says, oh, she's only with him for his money. Fine. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what? Yeah. Oh, that's like saying, oh, it's annoying because she's only with him because he's really good looking and really helpful and handsome and he's got loads of GCSEs and is a really good guy. Why is that any more valid than having shitloads of money or being born to look freakishly similar to pop goof Ed Sheeran? That's just as worthy of getting love, isn't it, from a slightly older lady? I don't get it. Why is being nice and good looking, that's all right to objectify someone for that reason? Oh, I really like him. Why? Because he's really sweet and nice. But when someone says, why do you like him? Because he's got loads of cash, people don't like that. Go for cash. Go for cash. Also, karaoke is an absolute blast with these two in it. You don't even have to, it's just, the only question is it plus, minus or divide? That's literally the only question at karaoke. It's going to be Ed Sheeran. We're flicking straight to Ed. Actually, it might be straight to Sheeran. We'll see. Woman reads her asparagus to tell England how they will do in the Euros. Look at that, spreading asparagus like it's hot, hot cash. In the 2010s, if people wanted to predict the outcome of a national football match, they'd turn to octopuses. Joe McGrath famously had a dog do the same thing in a radio studio. But now, it's a lady with some asparagus. It's all about the asparagus. I mean, what is this? Note that octopus and asparagus both end in us, so perhaps that's what bestows the magical powers. Don't make jokes. Don't do that. That doesn't even make sense anyway. Fortune teller Jemima Packington, great name, 67, uses the green spears to reveal the future. And the good news is England will win the Euro 2024 tournament, of course. Thanks, asparagus. Bringing to an end of 58 years of hurt, Gareth Southgate's men will go all the way in Germany and lift the trophy for victory, according to the asparagus, obviously. We know it's according to the asparagus. The whole article's about the asparagus. Don't scoff too soon, because they've been right on big things before. Okay? This is going to be good, isn't it? I wonder if it predicted the Battle of Bosworth. Let's have a look. They've said, they've teased us here. They've said, don't scoff too soon because they've been right on the big things before. Then between that and the next sentence, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures. I'm so on the edge of my seat. What did this predict? The outcome of the Battle of Britain. The outcome of my GCSE test results. The outcome of Joe McGrath, having let's be honest, loads of drugs at Glastonbury. Jemima earned her celebrity status as the world's only asparamancer, great word, after correctly indicating the result of the Brexit referendum. As well as predicting the Queen's death. Okay, shouldn't really be using them for that. And Harry and Meghan leaving the royal family. If she said 10 years ago, Prince Harry will leave the royal family in the next 10 years, and the asparagus said that, that's astonishing. But if, as they were sort of debating it, and there was a lot of rumours about it, she went, will it happen or not? Yes. Also, how do you even read asparagus? What's happening here? Grow really fast if it's going to happen. Stop growing if it isn't. She claims to have even foreseen Nigel Farage becoming head of Reform. He literally founded the company. The odds of that were absolutely astronomical. And campaigning in the general election after the Spears revealed the former leader would return to active politics. What an odd thing that is. Man who's been in politics for 20 years and has had several failed attempts to become an MP tries his arm again. I'm sick of this. To get the answers, Jemima of Bath tosses the asparagus into the air and interprets how they lay on the ground. It's not even anything. It's up to her. She's just guessing. This is embarrassing, this. This is the Metro. England fans have every right to be optimistic if the Spears are anything to go by. It's not even the Spears. They just land on the floor and she goes, they're trying to tell us that Nigel Farage is going to be the leader of Reform UK. Haven't asparagus got anything fucking better to do than predicting who's going to be the leader of Reform UK? Can't we ask him about something exciting? Like, is Ethan alright even though he ate some dodgy oysters and has got food poisoning? Will he ever recover? No, he's fucked. Crocodile that lunged at children, caught and cooked into large traditional feast. Now, this is one of two things. This is either the most American story I've ever heard or the most Australian story I've ever heard. A crocodile that terrorised an Aboriginal community, of course, was shot and cooked up by locals who devoured it in traditional feast. Get in! Love that. It's just great, that, innit? It's bit me. What are you going to do? Cook it, kill it, eat it. Not necessarily in that order. It followed a mass flooding. Okay, let's not. Bit dark. Since January, the croc had been stalking and lunging out of the water at children and adults. Nor were people the only targets. Apparently, it's taken multiple community dogs. Authorities added in their recent statement on the matter that the following discussions with members of the local Aboriginal community in Bulla, the animal was shot. Now, there's a lovely picture here in a sort of just married style tin can out the back of a sort of convertible car. There is, pop it there, alligator's legs. That's not a leg. Alligator's tail sticking out the back of it. And here's my favourite thing about this story. Crop, zoom, enhance. Look at the police logo. It's got a fucking kangaroo on it. Look at that. How to make people not take the police seriously. Pop a little kangaroo on the logo. Come on, guys. Why are you acting like the kangaroo is a police officer who could arrest you? I suppose you wouldn't need to wear a belt with all this stuff on. You could just keep your truncheon and handcuffs just in the pouch. That's interesting. To serve and protect, and it's got a kangaroo on it. That's who's doing it. Anyway, placed on a barbecue and cooked into crocodile tail soup. A number of the cuts of meat were also wrapped in banana leaves and cooked underground. I don't know if that means literally underground or at some sort of underground rave, but either way, it sounds absolutely delicious. There were a few full bellies, not least the crocodiles that's had 3 dogs and probably someone's ankle on the way out. As the result of widespread following in western parts of the region earlier this year, the animals have been increasingly popping up where they've never been seen before. The amount of water has just pushed them into random places. Probably not that random, probably put with the water, I'd have thought. This obviously is one of the crocodiles that's gone for a bit of a swim and walked up and popped up very close to residents. The seamless collaboration between parks and wildlife, our remote police staff and local residents, we were able to safely remove the crocodile, the large salty, and maintain the safety of the community. Yay! Unbelievable. We should try and get crocodile meat onto the show next week. This has been Joe's News Roundup. Remember, Preston, 1 Pitman Way, PR2 9ZD. You can get 400 haircuts a month for just $19.99. As many haircuts as your hair can handle over at Nathan's Barbers in Preston. Not a sponsor, just my favourite barber in the world. I can't even imagine the concept of unlimited haircuts, but there you go. No catches. All you have to do to get to the best barbers in Preston, join online, book an appointment, and get your trims. See you later.